Good evening and welcome to Colburn Park as the 4 and 15 Newark Pilots are back home and looking to fly their planes into clear skies against the 16 and 6 Geneva Red Wings. The Red Wings lead the league in wins and have beaten the Pilots in 3 of their 5 meetings on the year. The Pilots have won 2 of their last 3 meetings. However, with the most recent being a walk-off win at home when Colton Carney was hit on the foot with a pitch with the bases loaded, driving in Over Torres from third. The Pilots have just 1 win since then and are 2 and 7 in their last 9 games. They will turn to their 5'10" right-hander from Southgate, California, and Cypress Community College, Henry Martinez. Martinez is 0-2 on the year, the most recent being a complete game loss in Game 1 of the doubleheader last Wednesday at Onondaga. He's pitched against Geneva twice and is 0-1. The first time his bullpen let him down in the 9th, and the second time his offense was no hit through the first 5+ innings. The defense behind Martinez looks like this. Left to right in the outfield, John Ballier, Mark McKenna, Over Torres. Left to right in the infield, the newest pilot, Hunter Wells, Jorge Leon, Graham Hackbarth, and Peter Battaglia. And catching, Henry Martinez for the 3rd time in 4 starts is Jonathan Parker. 63 degrees and cloudy here at Colburn Park in Newark, New York. You're listening to Frank LaSala on the Newark Pilots radio network now as Henry Martinez just about finishes up his warm-up tosses. Let's play some baseball. Geneva Red Wings are tied with Jamestown for first place in the Perfect Game lead. They're 16 and 6. Jamestown is 15 and 5. The Pilots at 4 and 15, 10.5 games behind both those teams. Losers of 6 in a row. Geneva comes into today winners of 7 straight. For the Red Wings will be Matt Chamberlain, left-handed hitter, playing center field for them. Towing the first base side of the rubber here at Colburn Park, making his Colburn Park debut to the left-handed Chamberlain. First pitch strike at 7:33. The 30-minute delay to start this game due to field conditions here at Colburn Park after scattered rains throughout the day. The 1 straight pitch from Martinez missed in the dirt, and it's ball 1. Martinez wearing number 15. He's 0-2 on the year with a 3.70 ERA. 1-1 pitch outside corner, strike 2. Chamberlain batting .277 with a .377 on-base percentage. Swung on and missed, strike 3. The leadoff man retired for Henry Martinez, his 17th strikeout of the year, and the first Red Wing retired of the game. So that will bring up Justin Barr. He's batting .167 against the Pilots this year with 2 runs scored. He's playing second base for Geneva. Martinez working, misses low for ball 1. Working from the windup here against the Geneva second baseman. Parker goes to a knee. Barr takes strike 1. The 1-1 from the windup, breaking ball at the knees for strike 2. Justin Barr keeping his bat on the shoulder, looking at the last 2 pitches, now steps out. Against the Pilots righty, the 1-2 popped back, out of play, stays alive. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Martinez working for the first time against the Newark Pilots home crowd. The 1-2. Grounded to the newest pilot, Hunter Wells. Takes it on a bat hop. Across the diamond to Battaglia for the first out. So Hunter Wells at third. Taking over for the newly departed Tanner Huddleston over there. Flashes the leather on a tough hop off the grass and fires through the dagger for the first out. Number 6, the first baseman, Jake Evans, batting .429 against the Pilots this year. Looks at a first pitch from Martinez on the outside corner, strike 1. Jim McLaughlin behind the plate, and John White is the base umpire tonight. Evans from the left-handed batter's box, a breaking ball, strike 2. Quickly 0-2. Martinez looking for a 1-2-3 top of the first inning. Martinez from the windup, the 2-strike pitch, taken off the plate. And the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The Cypress Community College righty working from the windup here. Delivers the 1-2 in the dirt. And the count is all evened up at 2. So after starting down 0-2, Jake Evans has worked back to even up this count at 2. Wearing a shin protector on his right foot and a sleeve on his right arm. The 2-2 from Martinez misses. And Evans has worked the count back full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Martinez looking to avoid a 2-out base runner. The payoff pitch. Taken outside, ball 4. So a 2-out walk to Jake Evans. The 9th Martinez walk on the year and the first of the night as Geneva's first base runner for Mikey Armin. Armin, their left fielder, with a runner on first and 2 outs. Martinez, for the first time, will work from the stretch. Evans leads. First pitch misses inside, so 5 straight balls off the right arm of Henry Martinez. Martinez throws over. Mikey Armin comes into today 9th in the league in hits with 23. 3rd in the league in at-bats with 77 as he awaits the 1-0 from Martinez. Lined up the middle, snagged by Martinez to end the inning. So Martinez works around a 2-out walk. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We've played a half an inning. Geneva nothing. Pilots coming to them.
Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, GMC is Newark and Wayne counties. Destination. For number 2, Hunter Wells from Richmond, Texas.
Welcome back. Bottom of the first inning. Just a 2-out walk for Geneva in the top of the first. They'll start their left-hander from St. Joseph's, a freshman, Slater O'Brien. He's 1 for 1 on the year with a 5.09 ERA, and the first batter he faces will be the newest pilot, Hunter Wells. The third baseman takes outside, ball 1. Wells wearing his pants at his ankles from Richmond, Texas, and Tyler Junior College with a knee brace on his left knee. 1-0 swinging. Fouls a pitch into the Geneva bullpen. Strike one. Wells, now one of 5 pilots that's going to be playing at Louisiana Tech next year. He'll transfer there from his junior college. The 1-1 misses high, ball 2. He'll join Jonathan Parker, Graham Hackbarth, Kyle Griffin, and recently departed Tanner Huddleston, who headed back to Mississippi for the remainder of the summer. The 2-1 from O'Brien misses high, ball 3. This is O'Brien's second start against the Pilots this year. Back on June 16th, he went 4 1/3, allowed 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. A game where Geneva won 13-4. The 3-1 is popped back out of play, and the count is full to the newest pilot, Hunter Wells. O'Brien's other numbers: 17 2/3, 16 hits, 13 runs, 10 earned, 11 walks, and 13 strikeouts. Wells digs in ahead of the payoff. O'Brien working from the windup. Hunter Wells tips his cap, now waits. Misses high, and the leadoff man is on for the Pilots to start this bottom half of the first. The rest of the Pilots' batting order, it'll be John Ballier batting second, playing left. Will Alaka, the designated hitter. Third, Over Torres playing right, batting fourth. Peter Battaglia playing first, batting fifth. Jonathan Parker behind the plate, batting sixth. Graham Hackbarth playing second, batting seventh. Jorge Leon at short, batting eighth. And Mark McKenna in center field, batting ninth. The first lefty that Slater O'Brien will face is John Ballier. Ballier, one of 3 Pilots hitters from the left-handed batter's box. He takes first pitch for ball 1. Leads the team in hits with 17 as the 1-0 misses ball 2. He's appearing in his 18th game. He's batting .270 with a .365 on-base percentage. Will Simonite, tonight's catcher for Geneva, will go out to talk to O'Brien, who's thrown 3 straight balls out of the zone. Ballier, the 5'10", 185-pound left fielder, will also pitch for the Pilots. Wears number 13. He's from Mission Viejo, California. O'Brien from the stretch, the 2-0. Almost hits Ballier. He takes inside. It's 4 straight balls from O'Brien and a 3-0 count to John Ballier. Ballier looking for his 10th walk on the season to tie for the team lead. The 3-0 misses high. It's a 4-pitch walk to John Ballier. And the Pilots have back-to-back base runners on to start this game for their designated hitter, Will Alaka.
From Richmond, Virginia.
Alaka has been very good recently for the Pilots. Reached base 3 times on Sunday. Hit a double against Elmira on Saturday. And reached base 6 times in the 2-game doubleheader on Friday. Takes a slow breaking ball from O'Brien. Looked good, but it's the 6th straight pitch out of the zone from the Geneva southpaw. Alaka looks down, getting the half night off. No batting gloves looked around the knees, and a sleeve on his right arm. The 1-0 pitch misses in the dirt. Make that 7 balls in a row from Slater O'Brien. Alaka, wearing number 27, has driven in 6 runs on the year, batting .250 with a .348 on base percentage. The 2-0 looks at strike 1. The third baseman, Joey Tassin, is in on the grass at third. Middle infield double play depth. First baseman playing behind Ballier, with runners on first and second and nobody out here in the bottom of the first. O'Brien, working from the stretch, looks over, now fires the 2-1. Alaka swinging, fouls it back out of play. And the count is even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Pilots' designated hitter, Will Alaka. The University of Virginia catcher from Richmond, Virginia. Ahead of the 2-0 from Slater O'Brien, still looking for his first out of the game. The 2-2 misses outside, and the count is full. So the third 3-ball count to start this game for Slater O'Brien. The second full count. And we'll see with nobody out if Wells and Ballier are running on the full count. O'Brien from the stretch. The payoff pitch, runners stay. Lined into right. The right fielder goes over, makes the play. Hunter Wells will tag from second. Throw cut off by the shortstop, Toso. So a productive first out by Will Alaka. With runners on the corners, that will bring up Ober Torres. Torres got the day off on Sunday as Matthew Lillard started in right. He's starting in right for the first time since Saturday against Elmira. The first pitch to Torres grounded to third. Third baseman charges, fires a second, return throw to first, not made. Hunter Wells had to stay put as the ball was hit right in front of him. So a fielder's choice for Torres. Valier out on the base paths.
Peter Battaglia.
And there's 2 away. So that brings up Peter Battaglia. 15 for 62, batting .242 on the year with a .310 on base percentage. Or make that a .397 base percentage. O'Brien throws over to first with Torres leading off and Jake Evans holding him on. Torres has stolen 1 base and has been called once. The first pitch to Battaglia, lined into the Pilots' bullpen, foul, out of play. Count is 0-1. Battaglia playing first, batting in the 5 hole for the Pilots. O'Brien looks over at first, fires in the 1-strike pitch, misses high, and the count was 1 ball and 1 strike. Hunter Wells leads off third. Ober Torres leads off first. Torres being held on by the Geneva first baseman, Jake Evans. The 1-1 to Battaglia, grounded to third. Tassin charges, gloves it, fires across the diamond, inning over. So after back-to-back walks to start the inning, Pilots strand 2. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 Pilots left on base. We head to the top of the 2nd inning. No score at Colburn Park. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 for Geneva here in the top of the 2nd inning. Digging in, the catcher from Cornell, Will Simonite. First pitch from Martinez, lofted out of play. Battaglia gives it a look. It's into the Pilot's pen, and it's no balls, 1 strike. Simonite batting .288 with a .354 on base percentage. Digging in against Martinez, working from the windup. The 1-strike pitch popped up out of play. Quickly 0-2. Martinez struck out a batter and walked a batter in the top of the 1st. Working from the windup here in the top of the 2nd. Parker sets up outside. The 2-strike pitch misses high. And the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Simonite, 17 hits on the year in his 18th game. Geneva's 23rd game, Newark's 20th. Lined into the glove of Hunter Wells at third. for the first out of this top of the second inning.
Number 19, Joseph
So
Tassin.
back-to-back lineouts for Henry Martinez, spanning over 2 innings, and that'll bring up Joseph Tassin, the third baseman from Bashir Parish Community College. Batting .364, good enough for 6th, with a .440 on-base percentage. First pitch from Martinez misses. Now working quickly from the windup, the second pitch dropped in for strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Joey Tassin, the third baseman for Geneva. The 1-1 lined out of play. Counts 1 ball, 2 strikes. Same count that Simonite was retired on. Now Martinez looking to end this AB for Tassin, working with no batting gloves from the right-handed batter's box. The 1-2 popped foul out of play. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tassin 5th in the league with 17 RBIs and 5th in hits, 24. 8th in runs with 15. The 1-2 grounded to short. Leone over, gloves it, spins, fires, got him at first. A great play by Jorge Leone, the Pilots shortstop, going to his left, spinning and firing for the second out.
Coming up, number 21.
The 2 away, that will bring up the designated hitter, number 21, Trustin Riley. He'll dig into the left-handed batter's box against Martinez. The third. First pitch misses. Ball 1. Trustin Riley batting just .167 against the Pilots this year. They've played each other now 6 times, as the 1-0 misses out of the zone. It's ball 2. Batting .368 with a .556 on-base percentage in 15 total games, as the count is quickly 3-0 to the number 7-hole hitter, Riley. Martinez from the windup, the 3-0, misses low. So back-to-back innings after getting the first 2 batters out quickly, Martinez has walked a man with 2 outs. So that puts Trustin Riley on
Number
first.
9, Dominic.
He's stolen 7 bases on the year, good enough for 9th in the league. And that'll extend the inning for Dominic Toso. Toso wearing number 1. He's 6 for 15. He's batting .400, and he's from Bucknell. Martinez is working from the stretch. Throws over. Riley back in safely at first. Martinez from the stretch fires in the first pitch to Toso. Popped up. Hunter Wells will charge. Parker goes back. He will run out of room. Had a good read on it, but the ball lands just over the fence behind the Red Wings dugout. So the count is 0-1 to Toso. High school senior for Geneva, going to be playing at Bucknell next year. Riley leads off first, being held on over there by Peter Battaglia. Martinez working from the stretch, the 0-1. Misses inside. Counts 1-1. Martinez throws over. Riley is back in safely. Counts 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Dominic Toso, the hitter, breaking ball from Martinez at the knees, strike 2. A strike away from getting out of this inning. Stranding the 2-out walk. Martinez is 2nd of the day, 10th on the summer. Parker sets up outside. The 1-2. Runner goes. Lined into right. Torres won't get there. It'll roll to the wall. Riley rounds third. He will head home. Hackbart's throw to the plate. Parker, tag. Holds on in time to end the inning. So a great relay from Over Torres in right. Graham Hackbar took the throw from his second base position and fired home to get Trustin Riley at the plate. Pilots keep the Red Wings from scoring a run in the top of the second. We played an inning and a half. It'll be Parker, Hackbarth, and Leone when we get back in the bottom of the second. No score at Colburn Park. Jonathan Parker, Graham Hackbarth, Jorge Leone here in the bottom of the second against Slater O'Brien. Parker made a great play behind the plate to end the inning. After Toso roped the double into right center field, Torres cut it off, fired to Hackbarth. Hackbarth made the relay home to retire Trustin Riley from scoring the game's first run. Parker held on with the collision at the plate and now will lead off. Comes up to the Lion King theme song and takes the first pitch from Slater O'Brien. Inside for ball one. Parker, the catcher tonight, batting just .216 on the summer. He's 11-451. The 1-0. Grounded, third baseline foul. Count is all evened up at ones. So 1 ball, 1 strike to the Pilots catcher from New Orleans, Louisiana, standing at 6 feet 201. O'Brien working from the windup, the 1-1. Slow breaking ball, fouled out of play. Count was 1 ball, 2 strikes. Parker got the day off on Sunday after going 0 for 3 against Houston Roth on Saturday. 1-2 misses. Count is all evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wearing a half sleeve on his right arm, the 2-2. Grounded to second base. Bar over, fires to Evans at first for the first out of the inning. Parker retired. It's the second straight ground out
to the plate from Birmingham, Alabama, number 16,
O'Brien.
Graham Hackbarth.
And that will bring up the second baseman, Graham Hackbarth. Hackbarth, the middleman in that relay home to get Trustin Riley out at the plate. Wearing number 16, looks down at third base coach Franklin Bush, ahead of the first pitch from Slater O'Brien. Batting 194, just below the Mendoza line. Lines the first pitch to Tosa. He goes to the backhand, fires to first. A 1 pitch out to Graham Hackbarth. And the Pilots are quickly down to their final out in the bottom of the second inning.
Mexico City, Mexico.
That will bring up their shortstop from Mexico City and Hendrix College, Jorge Leone, batting from the left-handed batter's box. Batting .278 with a .435 on base percentage. That leads the team. First pitch against the lefty O'Brien, fastball for strike 1. Leone made a great play for the second out of the inning when he ran to his left, spinned, and fired a strike to Battaglia at first to retire Joseph Tassin. 1 strike pitch misses. Counts all evened up at 1. The 1-1 to Leone. Popped up. Toso calls for it. A few feet on the outfield grass to end the inning. So the Pilots go 1, 2, 3 here in the bottom of the second inning. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Geneva Red Wings. No score through 2 at Colburn Park. So the right fielder, Matt Smith, will lead it off for the Red Wings here in the top of the third inning. First pitch swinging against Henry Martinez. Strike one. Playing right field, a freshman at UC Davis, just 6'4", 12. One strike pitch, blooped to Hackbart at second. Sprints over, makes the play, and there's one away.
One out, coming to the plate. Number 25, Matt Chamberlain.
So Matt Smith retired. That will flip the lineup back to the top for Geneva, and it's Matt Chamberlain. Their center fielder struck out swinging against Martinez, back to lead this game off. The pitch lined into center. McKenna started back. Now will come in, settles under it, makes the play. 3 pitches, 2 outs.
2 outs
for Henry Martinez here in the second inning.
11, Justin Barr.
We'll make that the top of the third. That will bring up Justin Barr. Grounded out to Hunter Wells at third. Back in the first. Digging into the right-handed batter's box, wearing a shin guard on his left leg. Takes the first pitch low from Martinez for ball one. Working from the windup, the 1-0 to Justin Barr. Misses high. And the count is 2 balls and no strikes. Martinez just 1 hit through 2 2/3. Has also the 2-0. Taken, fastball right down the middle, strike 1. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Martinez from the windup, lined into right. This ball is going to be foul. So Justin Barr just misses putting the ball into play. It will roll foul. And the count is all evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Martinez, who's allowed a 2-out base runner in the first 2 innings, looking for his first 1-2-3 of the night. Barr digs back in, asks for time. Now settles. Wearing a left elbow guard and a left shooting sleeve. Jim McLaughlin steps out, asks for time. Now Martinez from the windup, the 2-2. Grounded slowly. It will roll foul. Hunter Wells scoops it up. Count evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Just 1 hit on the scoreboard. That belongs to Geneva. And Dominic Tosa with a 2-out double in the top of the second. We're in the top of the third. There's no score at Colburn Park. Barr digs back in. Martinez working from the windup, the 2-2. Grounded to Leon. Gloves it, fires to Battaglia at first, inning over. So a 1-2-3 inning
That
for
brings us
Henry
middle of
Martinez
the
here
third.
in the top of the
Still
third
no
inning.
score.
It'll be McKenna,
You can't
Hunter
make
Wells,
the
and
ballpark.
John
Be
Balliet
sure to listen to the
when
pilots.
we get back
Frank
in the
Casal
bottom
will live
of
play-by-play on
Slater O'Brien, working here in the bottom of the third, has not allowed a Pilot to get a hit off him through the first two. Mark McKenna swings through strike one. McKenna just 6 for 35 through his first 9 games, batting .171. The one strike pitch misses outside. However, he did reach base 3 of his 4 plate appearances against Onondaga on Sunday. A triple, a single, a run, and a walk. The 1-1 now to the Pilot center fielder in the dirt. Simonite couldn't even get a glove on it from O'Brien as it hits the back of the screen. Slight breeze blowing in towards the right field foul line with all clouds hovering over Colburn Park. The 2-1 misses, ball 3. Just 2 walks for Slater O'Brien for the first 2. In danger of walking his third. The 3-1 to McKenna. Blooped into left. Mikey Armin over. It's playable in foul territory. He will not make the play. And the count is going to be full to Mark McKenna. The Pilots center fielder from Grand Island, New York, and Canisius College. 5'11", 175 from the left-handed batter's box. Against the left-handed Slater O'Brien. Hunter Wells and John Balliet will follow. They both walked. McKenna, the 3-2 from O'Brien, swung on, fouled back. He stays alive. Count remains full. With an open stance deep in the left-handed batter's box from the windup, the 3-2, grounded to first. The second baseman dives, will not make the play as it bounces into right. It's a leadoff single for Mark McKenna, and the first hit for the Pilots.
no outs.
And that will flip their lineup back over to Hunter Wells.
From Richmond, Texas.
Hunter Wells, the newest Pilot from Richmond, Texas. Walked in his first plate appearance for the Pilots. McKenna leads off of first base. Has not stolen a base, but has been caught once. First pitch grounded slowly. Toso, tough play, flips to second, gets the force. So McKenna retired. But Hunter Wells will take over at first with a fielder's choice.
Number 13, John Balliet.
So Mark McKenna out at second after the leadoff single, and Hunter Wells will take over at first. John Balliet digs into the left-handed batter's box. First pitch bounces over the head of Simonite behind the plate. And Hunter Wells will advance to second on the wild pitch. So the Pilots have a runner in scoring position with less than 2 outs. They are 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position today and have left a lot of base runners on during their losing slide. The 1-0 to Ballier. Popped foul out of play. Joseph Tassin will give it a look, but will run out of room. And the count is 1-1 to the Pilots left fielder, who walked in his first and only plate appearance in the bottom of the first. Steps out, takes a deep breath, now steps back in. Hunter Wells takes his lead off a second. Grounded into a fielder's choice, then moved up on a wild pitch. The 1-1 from the stretch. Taken just off the plate. And the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 1 hit apiece for both teams here in the bottom of the third. Slater O'Brien working from the stretch. Ballier grounded to first. This is foul down the first baseline. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Slater O'Brien just 1 hit and 2 walks through the first 2 1/3. Henry Martinez the same, 1 hit and 2 walks, except through 3. The 2-2 from the stretch to Ballier, taken outside, and the count is full to the Pilots left fielder. From Orange Coast Community College and Mission Viejo, California. Chokes up on his bat. O'Brien from the stretch. The 3-2. Outside. So John Ballier walks for the second time tonight. And the Pilots have 2 runners on. Here with 1 out. In the bottom of the third.
Number 27, Will Alaka from Richmond, Virginia.
The Pilots 0 for 3 tonight with runners in scoring position. And that will bring up their hottest hitter, Will Alaka. 12 for 48, batting at .250. In 13 previous games, he's 0 for 1 tonight. Checks his swing, fouls the first pitch back towards the net. And the count is 0-1. Alaka, the designated hitter tonight, with Jonathan Parker catching Henry Martinez. Slater O'Brien is working from the stretch with Hunter Wells and John Ballier on first and second, and 1 out. The 1 strike pitch will have to wait as he turns Hunter Wells back to second, no throw. Wells, the newest Pilot, stands on second. Ballier on first. The 1 strike pitch misses low. Counts 1-1. Alaka looking for the Pilots' first hit with runners in scoring position tonight. They're 0 for 3. Supporting the no batting glove look. Slater O'Brien working from the stretch. 1-1, 1 out. The pitch to Alaka misses high. And the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. A breezy night here in Newark, New York, in Colburn Park. Dark clouds hovering over the field here. It's a 2-1 count to Alaka, no score, with 1 out in the bottom of the third. O'Brien from the stretch, the 2-1. Alaka takes. McLaughlin, the home plate umpire, thought about calling it a strike, but it's a 3-1 to Will Alaka, who's 0 for 1 after flying out to right his first time up. Up here with runners on first and second and 1 out. The 3-1 to the designated hitter popped up at a play, and the count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Slater O'Brien wearing number 27 on the mound, pitching to Will Alaka wearing 27 in the right-handed batter's box for the Pilots. Looking to drive in Hunter Wells from second. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. From the stretch, misses in the dirt. Alaka walks, and the bases are full.
Now coming up to the plate for your Newark
here in the
Pilots,
bottom of the third inning.
Over Torres from Elizabeth, New Jersey.
So the 4th walk from the left-handed arm of Slater O'Brien will lead to a mound visit from the Geneva pitching coach and their catcher, Will Simonite. 4 walks and a single through 2 1/3 for O'Brien, who's pitching here at Colburn Park for the second time this year. Went 4 1/3 back on June 16th, 11 days ago, and 13-4 Geneva win. So Ballier on second, Hunter Wells on third, Will Alaka on first. Corner infielders are in, and the batter is Over Torres with 1 out, looking to drive in the Pilots' first run. Takes low, ball 1. Pilots have scored just 3 runs in their last 20 innings. Lined into left. This is going to be a base hit. Wells will score. This one's going to go to the wall. Ballier going to round third. He'll score. Will Alaka going to be held at third. Over Torres drives in the game's first 2 runs on a 1 out, 2 RBI double to left. Pilots lead 2-0. So Wells scores his first Pilots run. Ballier follows with the second. It's 2 RBIs for Over Torres, his 8th and 9th. And with runners on second and third, that will bring up their first baseman, Peter Battaglia. Rounded out to third his first time up. The corners will stay in. The middle infield will stay deep. The first pitch to Battaglia. It's a breaking ball. He looks it into the glove of Will Simonite. 4 strike 1. So 2-0 here, Pilots. 1 out in the bottom of the third. Pitch in the dirt. Simonite's defense more important now with a runner on third as he blocks it, preventing Alaka from scoring. The count's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The batter is the first baseman Battaglia from Slater O'Brien. Pitches in the dirt, bounced in front of the home plate. Count goes to 2-1. Torres leads off second. Will Alaka leads off of third. It's 2-0 Pilots here in the bottom of the third inning, with Henry Martinez on the mound. The 2-1. Taken, strike 2. So Battaglia now with the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 to Peter Battaglia. Swung on and fouled back. Just got a piece of it to stay alive. Count remains 2-2. Battaglia with 2 ducks on the pond. He's driven in is on the year. Torres' 2-run double put him into the team lead. The 2-2. Grounded foul. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. So O'Brien, the left-handed pitcher for Geneva, working here in a lengthy bottom of the third to the Pilots' first baseman Battaglia. He's working from the stretch. The 2-2 misses outside, and the count is full. Torres and Alaka on second and third. It's a full count to the Pilots' first baseman Battaglia, who's looking for his team-leading 11th walk. The 8th pitch to him, grounded to third. It's going to be past the glove of Tassin. Battaglia with an RBI single to drive in Alaka from third. Hunter Wells stays put at second. And it's 3-0.
Number 23 from New Orleans, Louisiana, Jonathan Parker.
So it's an infield single for Battaglia, and Jonathan Parker will come to the plate. It's Battaglia's 9th RBI. Ties Torres for the team lead. Correct that. That's Torres on second, not Hunter Wells. Hunter Wells came around to score on Torres' double. Now the batter's Jonathan Parker, with runners on first and second. Lined to the second baseman. Torres way off the bag. He'll be doubled up. So an unassisted double play by Justin Barr to end the inning.
3 on the board.
But not before the Pilots get 3.
Newark Pilots
3 runs,
you're
3 hits,
visiting
2 walks, with the
Red
big
Wings
hit being
0.
a 1-out, 2 RBI double from Oven
Vintage
Torres.
Shark Bed and Breakfast.
Battaglia added the
Vintage Shark
3rd
Bed
run
and
on an
Breakfast
infield
is
single.
gracefully poised.
We head to the top of the 4th. Henry Martinez will be back on the mound with a 3-0 lead.
Come relax
We'll
and
be
enjoy the
right
hospitality
back.
charm of this historic bed and breakfast. Call
So Henry Martinez working here in the top of the 4th with a 3-0 lead. Looking for a shutdown inning, something the Pilots have struggled with thus far this year. First pitch to the first baseman, Jake Evans. Pop foul. Hunter Wells will sprint over and will run out of room. Strike 1. Evans walked against Martinez in his only plate appearance back in the 1st. Pilots have scored runs in 38 different innings, and the following half inning have given up 39. That's just over a run in an inning after putting runs on the scoreboard. Every time the Pilots got Peng-Fi Wong a run on Sunday, he gave a run back in the next half inning. The 1-1 now to Jake Evans misses, and it's ball 2. So Martinez looking for a shutdown inning here in the top of the 4th. He'll have 3, 4, and 5. Evans, Armon, and Simonet for the Flames as he fires in. Strike 2. First baseman Jake Evans not happy with the call. Will dig back into the left-handed batter's box. Martinez the 2-2. Misses outside. Ball 3. Martinez 1 hit, 2 walks, and a strikeout through the first 3. Facing Geneva for his 3rd time in 4 starts, looking to pick up his first win. The payoff pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3. Jake Evans down swinging. It's Martinez's 2nd strikeout of the night. And now that will bring up Mikey Armin. Armin hit a soft line drive up the middle that Martinez reaps in the air to snap to end the 1st. So he's 0-1. And he lines this pitch into left. Ballier will charge. It'll drop in front of him. It's a first pitch single for Mikey Armin. His first hit of the night. And Geneva's 2nd off the Pilots' righty Martinez. So he'll work
now for the Red
from
Wings,
the stretch
3, Will Simonite.
for the first time since the 2nd inning. Now to bring up the catcher for Geneva, Will Simonite. Lined out to Hunter Wells at 3rd, his first time up. That was back in the 2nd. Here he is now in the 4th. Towing the rubber from the first base side, the first pitch from the stretch, strike 1. So it's a 1-strike count to Will Simonite, the catcher for Geneva. Martinez throws over. Armon back in safely, diving head first, avoiding the tag of Peter Battaglia. No threat to steal, has not attempted a stolen base this summer. The 1-strike pitch. Missed. Counts 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Wells playing even with the bag at third, middle infield, and double play depth. Battaglia holding the runner on at first. The 1-1. Misses high. Counts 2 balls and 1 strike. Henry Martinez working from the stretch here in the top of the fourth to Will Simonite, the catcher. Martinez throwing to Jonathan Parker. Parker catching Martinez for the third time in his 4 starts. The 2-1 lined into left. Ballier is not going to get this one. Armand will move up to second. Back-to-back bloop singles in front of John Ballier in left.
To play for the Red Wings, number 19, Joseph Tassin.
And Geneva has back-to-back singles for their third baseman, Joseph Tassin, who's been one of the league's better hitters, is 5th with 17 RBIs on the summer campaign. Parker goes out to talk to Martinez. There's runners on first and second, and there's just 1 out after a leadoff strikeout, back-to-back singles against Martinez, who will work here from the stretch. The first pitch to Joseph Tassin. Hunter Wells in at third. Fouled out of play. Strike 1. As good as Tassin has been on the year for Geneva, he's just 1 for 11 against the Pilots. The 1-strike pitch. Grounded to second. Leon over to Hackbarth. Hackbarth bobbles it off the bag. So it'll be an E4 on Graham Hackbarth, allowing Joseph Tassin to reach, and the bases are loaded with 1 out.
Now up for the Red Wings, number 21, Justin Riley.
So not sure the double play was going to be turned, but the Pilots couldn't even get an out as Hackbarth had dropped the ball at second from the throw from Leon. So the bases are loaded for Trustin Riley. First pitch misses. Ball 1. (1-0) to the left-hander Riley. Martinez working from the windup with the bases loaded. Misses outside. Ball 2. Standing all over the plate, deep in the left-handed batter's box, awaits the 2-0. Low, Jonathan Parker will hold it there an extra second. Count is quickly 3-0. Nowhere to put Trustin Riley. Martinez has dug himself into a hole as the count is 3-0. The bases are loaded. There's 1 out. The 3-0 from Martinez. Strike 1. Riley taking all the way. Walked in his only plate appearance tonight. Battaglia in on the grass at first. The 3-1. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. So Henry Martinez has come back to work the count full. Looking to strike out Trustin Riley. And hand Riley his 10th strikeout of the year. The payoff pitch fouled into the glove of Parker. Strike 3. Riley down swinging. The second strikeout of the inning for Martinez, third of the game. And that will bring up Dominic Toso. Toso roped a 2-out double into right center field his last time up. Here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Martinez looking to strand the bases. First strike pitch popped up. Wells will give it a look. Battaglia will charge over. He will settle under it. Make the play. Inning over. So after loading the bases up with 1 out, Martinez strikes out Trustin Riley on a full count and gets Dominic Toso to fly out to left. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error in the inning, but the bases are left loaded. We head to the bottom of the fourth. It'll be 7-8-9 for the Pilots. They lead 3-0. We'll be right back.
Thanks.
So it'll be Hackbarth, Leone, and McKenna here in the bottom of the fourth against Slater O'Brien. First pitch swinging, ground to the third. Tassin bobbles it, picks it up, fires across the diamond for the first out. So Graham Hackbarth has seen two pitches tonight and has grounded out twice to the left side of the Geneva infield. He's 0 for 2. Now we'll bring up Jorge Leone. Leone, the shortstop tonight, popped out to his counterpart, Dominic Tassin, his last time up. So he's 0 for 1. Digs into the left-handed batter's box, the first of 2 straight against Slater O'Brien. Squares to drag bunt, pulled it back. Either unhappy with himself or unhappy with the strike zone from Jim McLaughlin. Either way, it's strike 1. Wearing number 6, deep in the left-handed batter's box, the 1-strike pitch, not squaring this time. This is high, ball 1. Wearing an elbow guard on his right arm and a right arm sleeve. The left-handed hitting Leone, the right-handed thrower, takes ball 2. Playing short tonight, has played everywhere in the infield for the Pilots except first. The 2-1. Taken. In the count is 3 balls and 1 strike. Pilots got 3 in the bottom of the third, 2 on an Over Torres double, and 1 on a Peter Battaglia infield single. The 3-1 to Leone, taken outside, ball 4. So a 1-out walk for Jorge Leone.
Now walking up to the plate for your Newark Pilots.
And that will bring up Mark McKenna.
New York.
McKenna singled past the diving glove of the second baseman Barr his first time up. So he's 1 for 1. Continuing his hot swinging, was 2 for 3 Sunday night in Onondaga. Steps up with Jorge Leone on first. That was the 5th walk for Slater O'Brien on the year, or on the night. He's walked 11 on the year. First pitch into the dirt. Leone got a little too far off first, just beats the tag from Evans. Not sliding in back at first, almost cost him. Still with 1 out, O'Brien throws over. Leone back in safely. Count is 1 ball, no strikes to Mark McKenna. Leone has stolen 1 base and been caught once. He's being held on by Jake Evans. Slater O'Brien from the stretch. The 1-0. Leone goes. Hit and run on. Grounded to the first baseman. Now the short second baseman, McKenna, is going to be safe on an infield single. Throw gets away from the pitcher covering. So it'll be an E4 that allows Leone to move up to third. It's an infield single for McKenna.
Come on, fans, let's hear you.
As Leone moves up.
Coming up to the plate from Richmond, Texas.
So an infield single for Mark McKenna. On a slow developing play with the speed of McKenna charging down the first base line. Would have been a tough play. Hunter Wells digs in. Takes first pitch for ball 1. So it's an error on the pitcher, actually, not on the second baseman on the throw. As he dropped the ball. Wells lines this one deep into center field. Chamberlain settles under it. Deep enough for Jorge Leone to score from third. It's a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Hunter Wells. His first RBI of the night and of the summer.
California, John Ballier.
And the score is 4-0. That'll bring up John Ballier. He's walked twice and scored a run. So no official AB, but 2 plate appearances. McKenna gets picked off at first, but he's going to be safe at second as the throw gets away. So a stolen base for Mark McKenna, who Slater O'Brien had picked off. So McKenna, after being picked off by Slater O'Brien, used his speed to get to second, The throw got away from the shortstop. So McKenna safe with his first stolen base. Ballier has not seen a pitch in this AB. O'Brien, first pitch fouled back, strike one. Hunter Wells' RBI was his first. It's the Pilots' fourth RBI of the night. He has one, Battaglia has one, and Torres has two. Ballier from the left-handed batter's box against Slater O'Brien, the left-hander working from the stretch. The one-strike pitch, slow breaking ball. Battaglia or Ballier keeps that bat on his left shoulder. Counts quickly 0-2 with 2 outs. Off second. Hit an infield single, then stole. The 2-strike pitch. Breaking ball. Just got a piece of it. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Wells, Ballier, Alaka, and Leone have scored the 4 runs for the Pilots. Geneva's made 1 error tonight. That came in this inning. Working from the stretch is O'Brien. The 2-strike pitch to Ballier misses outside. And the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. To the Pilots left fielder, John Ballier. Ballier gloved the final out in the top half of this inning with the bases loaded. Here he is with a chance to drive in the Pilots' 5th run. The 1-2 bounced in the dirt. Good block by Simonite, so McKenna stays put at second. It counts 2 balls and 2 strikes. To John Ballier, the leading hitman for the Pilots this year. He's got 17. Battaglia second with 16. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Lefty-lefty matchup. O'Brien from the stretch. Slow breaking ball popped up. Toso back, the left fielder in. Toso will settle under it, make the play, inning over. But not before the Pilots add 1. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error in the inning, and 1 man left on base. They lead 4-0. We head to the top of the 5th. We'll be right back. So Henry Martinez back on the mound, now with a 4-0 lead as the Pilots added a run on a sacrifice fly from Hunter Wells, their 3rd baseman. The first pitch now to Matt Smith popped up, out of play. Counts 0-1. He popped out to Graham Hackbarth at second base, his first time up. We're here in the top of the 5th. Pilots lead 4-0. Geneva left the bases loaded in the top of the 4th. The 1-strike pitch from Martinez popped up, out of play. Counts 0-2. Martinez looking for his first win on the year. Pilots looking for their 5th. Griffin has 2 of those wins. Vitale has 1, and Zach Mann has the other. The 2-strike pitch out of the zone. Strike 1, or ball 1. So 3 hits, 2 walks against Martinez through the first 4. Started the 1-2, now steps off. The right-hander, Matt Smith, thought about the 1-2 in the dirt. Now McLaughlin will ask for help with his base umpire, John White. Smith did not go around. And the count's 2 balls, 2 strikes. It'll be Smith, Chamberlain, and Barr, 9, 1, and 2 in the top of the 5th against Martinez. The 2-2 Parker will hold it there for an extra second. No dice. And the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. To the leadoff man, the number 9 hole hitter, Matt Smith. Martinez working with a 4-0 lead from the windup. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch lined past the glove of Wells into left. It'll be a leadoff single for the Red Wings. Their 4th hit against Martinez tonight.
Now for Geneva.
And that'll flip the lineup back over to the top
for
Matt Chamberlain. The left-handed hitting center fielder is 0 for 2 tonight. Martinez will now work from the stretch with no outs and a runner on first. Smith leads off, being held on by Battaglia. First pitch is out of the zone to the center fielder, Matt Chamberlain. Matt Smith has not, he has 1 steal on the year in 6 previous games. The 1-0 misses. And now Jonathan Parker will go down and talk to Martinez. Four hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts for Henry Martinez through 4+. The leadoff man in this top of the 5th inning, Matt Smith, reached on a single. Clouds hovering overhead here at Colburn Park with a slight breeze headed towards the first base line. The 2-0 is fouled back. Strike 1. This game was delayed about 30 minutes at the start due to the field conditions needing some work after on and off rain here in Newark, New York throughout the afternoon. From the stretch, the 2-1. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Martinez a strike away from his first out. Matt Smith leads off first, reached on a leadoff single. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no one out. From the left-handed batter's box, Smith chokes up the 2-2. Up and away. Count is full. The 2nd straight full count against Henry Martinez here to start the inning. We'll see if Matt Smith is running on the full count. Martinez throws over. Smith head first slide back in safely. Ahead of the 3-2. Martinez working to Jonathan Parker here in the top of the 5th. From the stretch. Matt Chamberlain in the left-handed batter's box. The payoff pitch, runner not going. Lined into center field. McKenna back over to his right. Settles under it, makes the play for the first out of the inning. So a hard hit ball into center, but Mark McKenna made it look easy out there for the Pilots. That'll bring up the second baseman, Justin Barr. Has grounded out to the left side of the infield twice, to Hunter Wells and to Jorge Leon. Digs in with a runner on first and 1 out. Matt Smith on first, being held on by Peter Battaglia. Martinez looks over, throws over. Martinez getting closer to picking up Matt Smith, who slides in head first. Parker sets up, runner goes. Fires down to second, Hackbarth slaps the tag, not in time. It's a stolen base for Matt Smith, the freshman from UC Davis. That's his 2nd stolen base on the year. So there's a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Count is 0-1 to Justin Barr. Martinez working from the stretch. 1 strike pitch swung on and missed. Count is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Matt Smith leads off second base. The batter is the second baseman, Justin Barr, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Martinez working from the stretch. The 2-strike pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3. Justin Barr down swinging.
Now with 2 outs coming up for the Red Wings.
And there's 2 away.
6, Jake.
So that will bring up their left-handed hitting first baseman, Jake Evans. He's walked and struck out in 2 plate appearances against Henry Martinez tonight. Martinez has surrendered a base runner in every inning thus far besides the 3rd. Looks back at second, now fires from the stretch outside. Ball 1. One 0 count to Jake Evans. Fires in, strike 1. That pitch from Henry Martinez, the first strike to Jake Evans, was his 80th pitch of the night. Through 4 2/3. The 1-1. Inside, strike 2. First baseman Evans not happy, but Martinez is a strike away from stranding that runner on second. Evans with an open stance in the left-handed batter's box. Martinez from the stretch looks back at second. The 1-2. Swung on, fouled back. Count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs. Matt Smith led this inning off with a single, then stole second base. Got a good jump against Martinez to steal the second back. Jake Evans working from the left-handed batter's box against the righty Martinez. The 1-2. Breaking ball taken for strike 3. Inning over. So after a leadoff single, a fly out, and back-to-back punch-outs to strand that runner, we head to the bottom of the 5th. Pilots lead 4-0.
Head on down to the hangar reserve.
It will be Will Alaka, Over Torres, and Peter Battaglia here in the bottom of the 5th. Slater O'Brien still on the mound for the Red Wings. Pilots leading this one 4-0. 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd, 1 run in the bottom of the 4th. All 4 of those runs earned off of Slater O'Brien. No runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Geneva. 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Newark. The 1-0 pitch to Alaka, fouled at a play. Counts 1-1. The next pitch from Slater O'Brien will be his 78th from the left-handed arm. It's a 1-1 count to Will Alaka, who's 0 for 1 and has walked and scored a run. Working with no batting gloves, he's tonight's designated hitter. The 1-1. Breaking ball misses high. Counts 2 balls and 1 strike. No one warming up in either bullpen here at Colburn Park. We're in the bottom of the 5th, 10 minutes shy of 9 o'clock. Grounded to the shortstop, Toso. Gloves it. Fires to Battaglia, or fires to Evans at first for the first out. So Alaka retired for the 2nd time tonight. And that'll bring up Over Torres. Torres broke the scoreless tie in the bottom of the 3rd with a 1-out, 2 RBI double to left. Scoring Wells and Ballier. First pitch, swinging, fouls it back, strike 1. Torres, the right fielder, batting in the cleanup spot tonight. He's driven in 2 and has an outfield assist in this one. 1 strike, breaking ball misses high. Counts 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th, O'Brien, the lefty, to Torres, the right-handed hitter. This one bounces, this time off the grass. Slater O'Brien has thrown a lot of pitches that have come up shy of home plate tonight. That one, another one. 2-1 goes off speed, past the swinging bat of Over Torres. Counts all even up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Sun beginning to set over the left field fence. 2-2 is popped up. Simonette behind the plate gives it a look. No dice. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pilots have scored in consecutive innings here at Colburn Park. All 4 runs driven in have come with 1 out. The 2-2. Fouled back. Torres stays alive. Count is all even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Over Torres at the plate in the right-handed batter's box against Slater O'Brien, working in his 5th inning of work from the left side of the mound. The 2-strike pitch, or the 2-2 pitch, bounced in the dirt in front of home plate, and the count is full to the Pilots' right fielder Torres. The 8th pitch of the at-bat, upcoming. O'Brien from the windup, 3-2. 3 of the 4 balls to Torres bounced in front of home plate.
Now coming to the plate for your Newark
It's
Pilots.
a walk to
From
Torres,
Williamsville,
so
New
he's
York,
on base
Number 18.
for the
Peter
3rd time tonight.
Battaglia.
And that'll bring up Peter Battaglia. It's a runner on first and 1 out. Torres will take his lead off first, and he'll be held on by Jake Evans. Geneva will send a man to the bullpen to start and warm up. O'Brien will now toe the rubber from the stretch against Peter Battaglia, who's 1 for 2 tonight with an RBI. This pitch in the dirt bounced in front of home plate. Ball 1. Jonathan Parker would be next for the Pilots. He's 0 for 2 tonight. The 1-0 to Battaglia, taken low. Counts 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes to the Pilots' first baseman with their right fielder leading off first. O'Brien from the stretch looks over at Torres. Now fires. Battaglia swung on, fouled back. Strike 1. Torres has stolen 1 base in 2 attempts this year. In the bottom of the 5th, there's 1 out, and the Pilots lead 4-0. Torres on first. Battaglia, pitch bounce in front of the mound. And there will be a stolen base for Torres as the ball goes into center field. He'll stop there. He's in with his 2nd stolen base of the season, and he's in scoring position as the 3-1 pitch to Battaglia bounced in the dirt, or the 2-1 pitch bounced in the dirt. The count's now 3-1. So the throw from the catcher went into center field, but Torres held up by his 3rd base coach, Franklin Bush. Now the 3-1 to Battaglia, lined into right. Smith goes back. He will settle under it. Torres will tag up from second. He's into third, standing up. So there's a runner on third now after a productive out from Peter Battaglia for Jonathan Parker.
From New Orleans, Louisiana, number 23, Jonathan Parker.
Jonathan Parker catching Henry Martinez tonight. Grounded out to second and lined out into a double play to end the third. Here he is in the fifth with a runner on third and 2 outs. Looking to drive in his first run on the summer. First pitch from O'Brien to Parker. Misses. Ball 1. Correction, Parker looking to drive in his fourth run. Has driven in 3 previous. As he takes inside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs to the Pilots catcher with their right fielder now leading off third. O'Brien from the stretch, the 2-0. Misses outside. Ball 3. Graham Hackbarth waits on deck if Jonathan Parker can extend the inning. Hackbarth also 0 for 2. The 3-0. Parker looks at it. Counts 3-1. Pilots will be home for the next 2 days. A doubleheader against Mohawk Valley tomorrow. Both games will be 7 innings. And then a doubleheader against Jamestown on Thursday. Both those games will be 7 innings as well. So back-to-back doubleheaders, 5 home games in 3 days. Parker walks.
Alabama.
So he extends the inning. There's runners on the corners. And now the batter is Graham Hackbarth. The right-handed second baseman has grounded out twice and made an error in the field. The error came back in the fourth, the top of the fourth, an inning when Henry Martinez stranded the bases loaded. The first pitch to Hackbarth swung on and missed. Strike 1. Parker leads off of first. Torres leads off third. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. O'Brien throws over. Parker back in safely. O'Brien, working from the stretch, has shown a pretty good pickoff move to first. Had Pilot center fielder Mark McKenna picked off, but the speedy center fielder was able to beat the throw to second for a stolen base. The 1-strike pitch misses high. Counts 1-1. Hackbarth looks down at the third base coach. The 1-1 from the stretch. Swung on, fouled back. Counts 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Pilots' second baseman, Graham Hackbarth. Their catcher and their right fielder lead off first and third. There's 2 outs. Pilots looking to score in their 3rd consecutive inning. The 1-2. Bounced off the plate. Leave it up at 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hackbarth at the plate with runners on the corners. O'Brien working from the stretch, the 2-2. Taken high. Simonite tried to pull it back down into the zone. No dice. And the count is full. So with the runners on the corners and a 3-2 count, Parker likely going. There he goes, the 3-2. Inside, ball 4. So Hackbarth works a walk. Back-to-back 2-out walks from Slater O'Brien have loaded up the bases here in the bottom of the 5th.
Mexico, number 6, Jorge Leon.
Now they will send up their number 8 hole hitter, Jorge Leon. Leon 0 for 1 has walked and scored a run tonight. 3 walks from Slater O'Brien in the inning have loaded up the bases. It's Over Torres on third, Jonathan Parker on second, and Graham Hackbarth on first. Leon at the plate, looking to drive in some runs. He's driven in 6 on the year, and he takes a first pitch strike from Slater O'Brien. Lefty-lefty matchup here at Colburn Park in the bottom of the 5th. Leon digs in, standing on top of the plate, deep in the left-handed batter's box. Continues to twirl his bat ahead of the 1-strike pitch. Here it is. Swung on, fouled back, strike 2. Three walks in the inning for O'Brien. 8 walks total on the game to 19. 19 walks would lead the league. Pilots reliever Jake Bernardo. 2-strike pitch in the dirt. Good block by Simonite. 1-2 to the Pilot shortstop Jorge Leon. Their right fielder, catcher, and second baseman patrol the bases here in the bottom of the fifth. They lead 4-0. Leon awaits the pitch from O'Brien. Now asks for time. Home plate umpire Jim McLaughlin grants it. Ahead of the 1-2. O'Brien working from the stretch. The lefty against the lefty shortstop Leon. O'Brien steps off. And now Will Simonite will go out and talk to his pitcher. We're here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Pilots lead 4-0. A 2 RBI double for Torres, an RBI infield single for Battaglia, and an RBI sacrifice fly for Hunter Wells. Martinez has gone 4, allowed 4 hits, has struck out 5, and has walked 2. Simonite has allowed 4 hits, walked 8. We'll make that O'Brien as Simonite sprints back out to the mound. So O'Brien has walked 8, allowed 4 hits, and 4 earned runs. Pilots have the bases loaded. There's 2 outs, and it's a 1-2 count to Leon. Here it is. Grounded to short. Tosto gloves it, fires to second. Hackbarth almost beats the throw in, inning over. So the Pilots load up the bases on 3 walks from O'Brien, but can't get the runners in. No runs, no hits, no errors. Pilots lead the bases loaded. They lead 4-0. We head to the 6th. We'll be right back. Welcome back, top of the 6th inning. Henry Martinez still on the mound. Mikey Armin, first pitch swinging. Strike 1. Mikey Armin is 1 for 2 tonight. The 1-strike pitch from Martinez swung on, fouled back out of play. Counts 0-2. That was Henry Martinez's 85th pitch of the night, working in the top of the 6th inning. Pitch misses. Into the 6th in 3 of his 4 starts. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the leadoff man, Mikey Armin. The pitch in the dirt. So Armin has worked the count back even after starting behind 0-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Martinez from the windup. Breaking ball, swung on, and pitch in the dirt. Gets past Parker. He will fire down to Battaglia. Scoops at first for the out. And now, John White going to ask for time. Said that his view was obstructed. Looked like Battaglia made the play. But we'll see what they rule. Definitely a strikeout. We'll see if it's a K and a wild pitch or a K and a 2-3 putout. The umpires confer. Jonathan Parker will go over and talk, and they're going to rule that he's safe. So head coach Franklin Bush will go out and talk to the umpire, John White, who's running away from him, as Bush will go over and talk. It appeared that Parker made the throw down to first for the out. But apparently neither umpire had a good look at it to make the play. So it's the 6th strikeout for Martinez. But the runner reaches on the wild pitch. So Coach Bush's argument not gonna work
Now coming up
towards John White.
Number 33.
So after a leadoff strikeout, the runner gets on the wild pitch. Now the batter is Will Simonite. He is 1 for 2 tonight. No runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Geneva. 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Pilots. They lead 4-0. We're in the top of the 6th. Martinez working from the stretch. First pitch fired in for strike 1. One strike pitch to Simonite, the catcher for Geneva. Their left fielder leads off first. Parker sets from the stretch, popped up at a play. Counts 0-2. Martinez has struck out 6, upping his total to 22 on the summer. Working here in his 4th start in the top of the 6th inning. Toes the rubber on the first base side. Now fires in the 2-strike pitch. Simonite fouls it out of play. He digs back into the right-handed batter's box. Joseph Tassin waits on deck. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Armin leads off first, being held on by Battaglia. The 2-strike pitch misses. Counts 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Leadoff man reached on a strikeout and a wild pitch from Martinez. We're here in the top of the 6th with the Pilots leading 4-0. Dark skies overhead at Colburn Park, and Simonite is going to strike out looking here for the first out of the 6th.
Now coming up for the Red Wings.
So back-to-back punch-outs for Martinez here in the 6th. And there's one away. Joseph Tassin is the hitter now. The third baseman is 0 for 2 tonight. Digging in with no batting gloves. Throw over, scooped by Battaglia. Armand back in safely. The 5'10" right-hander throws over again. No dice. Head first slide by Martinez. He's safe. The first pitch to Tassin from the stretch. Inside, strike 1. It's no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Martinez throws over. Getting closer. John White may have missed another call on the bases. It appeared Armin was picked off by Martinez. But no dice. 0-1. From the stretch to Tassin, the pitch. Swung on and missed. Henry Martinez goes off speed. Counts 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Martinez has struck out the first two batters of this inning. One reached on a wild pitch as he steps off ahead of the two-strike pitch. He's working from the stretch. Armin leads off first. Two-strike pitch in the dirt. Counts 1-2. Martinez has struck out 7. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Parker sets up. Lined. This one's going to drop into right in front of Torres. Armin's going to round second. He's going to go to third. Torres' throw is up the line. Hunter Wells prevents it from rolling out of play. There's runners on the corners with 1 out. So the first hit of the inning,
Red Wings, number 21,
the 5th hit of the game for Geneva, as Jonathan Parker will step out in front of the plate and give his defense the signs with runners on the corners. 1 out. Trustin Riley is the hitter. Walked and struck out against Martinez tonight. Martinez has struck out 7, 2 in this inning. He's walked 2, and he's allowed 5 hits. First pitch off the plate. Ball 1. Working from the stretch, runners on the corners. The pitch. Low. Ball 2. This next pitch from Martinez will be his 100th pitch of the night as he throws over. Tassin dives back in safely. So Martinez about to reach the century mark here in the 6th. No one warming in the Pilots' pen. His 100th pitch grounded to third. Wells to second. Hackbarth return throw to first. Overthrows the runner. So it's a force out and an RBI for Trustin Riley. First run scores on the day off Martinez. And there's 2 away.
Now up for the Red Wings, number 1, Dominic Toso.
So Riley picks up the RBI on the 100th pitch from Martinez. That's his 10th RBI. Now Martinez throws over. Riley is a threat to steal. He's stolen 7 bags in 9 tries. The batter now is Dominic Toso, the shortstop. First pitch inside. Ball 1. And now Jorge Leon will go over and talk to Henry Martinez. 1 run in this inning. It came on the Trustin Riley fielder's choice. He picked up his 10th RBI. Looked like it was going to be a double play, but the return throw to first from Graham Hackworth missed Battaglia. So there's a runner on first. There's 2 outs, and the count's 1-0. Toso asks for time. Granted by Jim McLaughlin behind the plate. Pilots not helped out by the umpires in this inning. After a strikeout and a wild pitch, it appeared Armin was out at first, but John White's view is obstructed. And then it appeared Martinez had the runner on first picked off, but John White disagreed. The 1-0 pitch to Toso fired in for strike 1. It's a 1-1 count to the shortstop Toso, who's 1 for 2 with a double tonight. Trustin Riley leads off first, drove in Geneva's first run. The score is 4-1. We're in the top of the 6th. The pitch grounded to Hunter Wells. He will fire across the diamond, scooped by Battaglia for the out. So 1 run, 1 hit, no errors in the inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It's 4-1.
I don't think one run the out.
The rain has began to fall here at Colburn Park. Hard rains blowing towards the first base dugout as the Pilots are getting a reliever warm. Appears to be Jake Bernardo. It'll be 9-1-2 against the new pitcher, Devin King. From Easton, Pennsylvania, stands at 6 feet. McKenna lines this ball deep in to left. Armin back, makes the play. So a 1 pitch out for Devin King here in the bottom of the 6th. So McKenna retired, and that'll flip the lineup back over for Hunter Wells.
Now up to the plate for the
McKenna
Pilots.
retired for the first
From
time
Richmond,
tonight
Texas.
after
Number
flying
2,
out to his counterpart in
Hunter
center.
Wells.
Hunter Wells, switch hitter, it appears, batting from the left-handed batter's box for the first time tonight against the righty King. Working from the windup, the first pitch. Strike 1. So Hunter Wells walked, grounded into a fielder's choice, and hit a sacrifice fly against Slater O'Brien. Now here from the left-handed batter's box for the first time. The 1-strike pitch. Ball 1. Devin King on the mound. Slater O'Brien goes 5 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, walked 8, and didn't strike out any Pilots. The 1-1 pitch misses high to Hunter Wells. Counts 2-1. Devin King in his 3rd game, 2 innings pitched, and he has a save. Has not allowed a base runner or an earned run. The 2-1 to Hunter Wells misses high. And Hunter Wells is a pitch away from being the first base runner to reach on Devin King. The 3-1, lined into center field. This one's going to be a base hit. So Hunter Wells picks up his first base hit of the summer. He's 1 for 2 tonight, and on base for the 3rd time.
Number 13, John
It's the Pilots' 5th hit of the game.
Viejo, California.
And that'll bring up John Balliet, their left fielder from Mission Viejo in Orange Coast Community College. He's 0 for 1, has walked twice and scored a run. He digs into the left-handed batter's box against a righty for the first time tonight. The first pitch misses, ball 1. So Hunter Wells reaches first with a 1-out single. Now Devin King working from the stretch. Throws over. Wells dives back in safely. Balliet steps back in. It's a 1-0 count. There's 1 out. The Pilots lead 4-1 after Geneva got 1 back in the top of this inning. This pitch off the glove of Simonet gets to the wall. So it's a pass ball for the Geneva catcher. And Wells moves up 90 feet to second base. So a runner in scoring position for Balliet. Here with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. King from the stretch. Balliet at the plate, the 2-0. Swung on, fouled out of play to the Geneva dugout. Counts 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Wells leads off second. Reached on a single, advanced on a pass ball. Will Alaka waits on deck. He's 0 for 2 tonight. The 2-1 to the Pilots left fielder Balliet. Grounded to first. Evans gloves it, steps on the bag for the out. Hunter Wells advances 90 feet to third.
Virginia.
So he's 90 feet away from the run, with Will Alaka coming up in 2 outs. He's flown out to right, walked and scored a run back in the 3-run third, and grounded out to short. He's the designated hitter for the Pilots tonight. He's 0 for 2. Sporting the no batting glove look. Infield back with 2 outs. King working from the stretch with the runner on third. That runner's Hunter Wells. Just 90 feet away from the Pilots' 5th run. First pitch. Strike 1. So the rain looks like it's about done. So a quick shower here in the bottom of the sixth. Ahead of the one-strike pitch, Devin King steps off. We have played an official game here at Colburn Park, with the Pilots leading 4-1 in the bottom of the sixth. The one-strike pitch misses low to Alaka. Counts 1-1. One ball, one strike, two outs to the Pilots' designated hitter. The 1-1 misses off the plate. Counts 2 balls and 1 strike. Alaka steps back in, then asks for time by the home plate umpire, Jim McLaughlin. Just one runner on. The 2-1 is high. Counts 3 balls and 1 strike. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Alaka, the hitter. King from the stretch. Pitch misses high. Ball 4. So Alaka's second walk tonight will extend the inning for Over Torres.
Number 3, Over Torres.
Torres has been on base all 3 times tonight. Reached on a fielder's choice, hit a 2 RBI double in the 3rd, and then walked and stole a base in the 5th. He's up with runners on the corners and 2 outs. Alaka on 1st and Hunter Wells on 3rd. Devin King is working from the stretch. The first pitch to Torres. Off speed, fouled back, strike 1. Torres playing right field tonight, batting .293 coming into this one through his previous 12 games. Has been the designated hitter, played right and played center for the Pilots this year. King throws over. Alaka head first slide back in safely. Ahead of the 1-strike pitch to Torres. The Pilots right fielder waits. King is working from the stretch. The pitch. Off speed, popped up. Matt Smith started back, now finds it, settles under it, makes the play, inning over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors in the inning. Pilots leave 2 men on base. We head to the 7th. It'll be a new pitcher for the Pilots when we get back. It'll be 9-1-2 for Geneva. They trail 4-1.
ball for Geneva. Number 30, Matt Smith.
So Henry Martinez's day is done. He goes 6 strong, 5 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, and 7 Ks. In relief, it'll be Jake Bernardo, the hard-throwing right-hander from Glenmont, New York, and Fordham University. Fires in the first pitch high to Matt Smith, ball 1. Smith is 1 for 2 tonight in the number 9 hole. Swinging, fouls the 1-0 pitch back, strike 1. Bernardo, the 6'4", 200-pound right-hander, working in his 8th game. 11 2/3 previous, 8 hits, 11 runs, 9 earned, 18 walks. Good enough for 2nd in the league after Slater O'Brien's 8-walk performance past Bernardo, and 8 strikeouts. He's 0-1. He has a save, and he has a 6.94 ERA. The 1-1 pitch miss, and it's 2-1. Bernardo in on relief of Henry Martinez, who leaves in line for the win. The 2-0. Ball 3. Or the 2-1, ball 3. The Pilots' bullpen has been somewhat of an adventure through the first 19 games. 3-1. Misses. So it's a leadoff walk to the number 9 hole hitter, Matt Smith. That'll flip the lineup back over now for Matt Chamberlain.
Now coming to the plate, number 25, Matt
So the right fielder walks. That's the 3rd walk tonight for Geneva. And now the center fielder from the left-handed batter's box will come up and face Bernardo. Eddie Fournier throwing in the Pilots' pen. Bernardo working from the stretch. The first pitch, strike 1. Matt Chamberlain is 0 for 3 tonight, has struck out and flown out to Mark McKenna in center field twice. The 1-strike pitch from Bernardo misses high, ball 1. So the count's 1-1 here in the top of the 7th. Pilots lead at 4-1. There's nobody out, and there's a runner on first. The batter is the center fielder, Chamberlain. The 1-1 outside, ball 2. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike to the leadoff man, Chamberlain. Justin Barr waits on deck. He's 0 for 3 tonight also. The left-handed hitting Chamberlain against the right-handed throwing Bernardo. Counts 3-1. A walk would be Bernardo's 20th on the year and would put him back into first place on the year. Bernardo working from the stretch, the 3-1. Misses outside, ball 4. And now Jorge Leon and Jonathan Parker will go out and talk to Bernardo, who's coming out of the pen and giving up back-to-back walks here in the top of the 7th. So Henry Martinez goes 6 and only walks 2. Jake Bernardo has seen 2 batters and has walked both of them. Fournier now throwing harder in the Pilots' pen.
Now coming to the plate for Geneva,
and now
number 11.
Bennett Schultz is going to go out to the mound. Martinez is 4 starts. His offense has let him down in 2 of them, not scoring any. And his bullpen let him down in the other one. He left with a 3-0 lead. The Pilots lost 4-3. That 4-3 loss was against Geneva. Schultz goes out to Bernardo, says a couple words, and now Leon and Parker will head back to their positions. Bernardo has come out of the pen and thrown 10 pitches. 8 of them have missed the zone. He's had back-to-back walks to start the 7th inning. After Martinez went 6 strong, allowed just 1 run, 5 hits. Hitter will be Justin Barr, with runners on first and second and nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Bernardo working from the stretch. Barr squares to bunt. Battaglia sprints in. He pulls it back. Takes ball 1. On that bunt attempt, there was no one covering first for the Pilots. So it appears they have the wheel play on, with Wells staying back at third. He'll come in a little further. Battaglia even with the pitcher. Bar squares the bunt, gets it down. Parker will get up. Only play is at first. Hackbarth covering. Sacrifice bunt. So a sacrifice bunt 2-4.
Now
The runner, Matt
friendly.
Smith, was running on the
Number
play,
6,
so
Jake
perhaps prevented Parker from trying to get the lead runner. As when he picked the ball up in front of the plate, he thought about it. And now it's the left-handed hitting first baseman, Jake Evans. He's struck out twice against Martinez and walked. He digs in with runners on second and third against Bernardo. There's 1 out. We're in the top of the 7th. First pitch misses high, ball 1. Jake Bernardo working to Jake Evans. We're in the top of the 7th. It's a 1-0 count. There's 1 out. There's runners on second and third. The 1-0. Misses high. Parker will hold it there. No dice. Counts 2-0. So after back-to-back walks to start the inning, a sacrifice bunt has put runners on second and third with 1 out. For the hitter, Jake Evans. The 2-0 misses. Counts 3 balls and no strikes. Bernardo in danger of walking his 21st hitter on the year and 3rd in this inning. 3 balls, no strikes to the left-handed hitting first baseman. Looks at strike 1. Four to 1, top of the 7th inning. Geneva threatening with runners on second and third and 1 out. Here in the top of the 7th, the pitch lined deep to right. Torres back, still back. He will run out of room. This ball will be off the wall. 1 run will score. The second runner coming around. The throw from Hackbarth is over the head of Parker. So it's a 1 out, 2 RBI double deep off the right field wall by Jake Evans. And the score is 4-3. So Smith and Chamberlain both score on the 2 RBI double by Evans. Swinging on a 3-0 count. And now Bennett Schultz is going to go out to the mound and make a pitching change. He's going to pull the ball from Jake Bernardo. There will be a new pitcher for the Pilots. Their lead has shrunk. It's 4-3. We'll be right back. So Jake Bernardo goes a third of an inning, 2 walks, and an RBI 2-run double. And now the third base coach, they thought that Jake Evans' ball hit off the L&B scoreboard, which would have been a home run. But the ruling is that it didn't. So it'll be a double instead for
now up, number 8, Mikey Armin.
the first baseman for the Red Wings. Swinging on a 3-0 count, a 2-run double. The lead is now 4-3. The new pitcher for the Pilots, it's Eddie Fournier. Wearing number 19, he's 6'1", 210 from Cypress Community College in Norwalk, California. Working from the stretch with the runner on second, fires in first pitch low. Parker will hold it there an extra second, no dice. His 5th game, 4 2/3 previous, 4 hits, 8 runs, 4 earned, 5 walks, 4 Ks. He's 0-1 with a 7.71 ERA. The 1-0 misses. Parker will hold it there. Again, no dice. Counts 2-0. Fournier pitched the 8th inning on Sunday, allowed 3 hits, gave up 5 runs, and walked a batter. Put that game out of reach. It was 4-3 going into the bottom of the 8th. It was 9-3 when the Pilots stepped back up. The 2-0, Parker will hold it there again. Jim McLaughlin will say no dice again. So 3 good pitches from Fournier have reached the zone. The tying run is in scoring position for Geneva, here in the top of the 7th. This one's a strike from Fournier. Counts 3-1. Eddie Fournier, Cypress Community College teammates, Henry Martinez. He blew Martinez's first start against Geneva back at their place. And now this ball is lined into left. Ballier charges. He'll come up firing. A strike to the plate. Parker catches it. Runner is out. So the pitcher, Ballier, playing in left, fired a laser home to get the runner at the plate. So Mikey Armin will go to second, but the runner from second is gunned down at the plate to keep the Pilots ahead. So a single for Mikey Armin, who goes on the throw. Evans gunned down at the plate by John Ballier. Ballier's second outfield assist. Now the batter's Will Simonite. He's 1 for 3 tonight. And he has a runner in scoring position. That batter's Mikey Armin. Fournier turns. Fournier working from the stretch. Looks back at second, now fires the 1-0. Misses low. Ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes to the Geneva catcher. Fournier working from the stretch. It's 4-3 Pilots. Geneva has scored 3 runs in the last inning and 2/3 to make this a 1-run game. This ball is blooped up. Leone settles under it. Inning over. But not before Geneva inches closer. 4-1 lead coming into this inning. It's now 4-3. They scored 2 runs on the RBI double by Jake Evans. We head to the bottom of the 7th. It'll be Battaglia, Parker, and Hackberg.
Get up on your feet for the 7th inning.
Devin King on in his second inning of relief allowed a hit and a walk in the bottom of the sixth, but no runs for the Pilots. It's 4-3. We're in the bottom of the seventh. The leadoff hitter is Battaglia, who takes upstairs for ball one. In the top of the seventh, Geneva got 2. Jake Bernardo was pulled after a third of an inning and giving up a 2-run double and 2 walks. Eddie Fournier came in, gave up a single, but got an out at the plate on a great throw by John Ballier from left, and then a pop-up to strand a runner on second. Counts 1-1 now to the first baseman Battaglia. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI tonight. Pilots have 4 runs. Geneva has 3. Geneva has 7 hits. The Pilots have 5. Both teams have made an error. 1-1 breaking ball that Pete Battaglia looks at. Counts 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the leadoff man, the first baseman in the inning, Battaglia. Against Devin King working from the windup. The 1-2. Misses high. Counts 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. King working from the windup to Battaglia. The 2-2. Misses low. And is full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff man, Battaglia. Working here in the bottom of the seventh with the Pilots leading 4-3. The payoff pitch. Breaking ball taken. Ball 4. So a good eye by Battaglia.
Pilots, number 23,
and they have the leadoff man up
Louisiana,
here in the bottom of the seventh. So that will bring up the catcher, Jonathan Parker. Parker is 0 for 2 tonight with a walk, but has made his major contributions behind the plate. Blocked 2 runners from scoring on great relays from the outfield to prevent 2 Geneva runs. So he saved 2, and now here he is in the bottom of the seventh with a runner on first. Squares the bunt right away. Pitch was high. Simonite came up throwing, but no one was covering as Battaglia may have gotten a little too far off first base. Evans holding the runner at first. Tassin, the third baseman, in a few steps on the grass. Middle infield deep. Parker squares the bunt. Throw over. Not in time. Battaglia back in with a head first slide safely. Parker has squared to bunt before the pitch has even been thrown the last 2 times. Now the 1-0. Pulls it back and takes strike 1. Parker shakes his head and says, that wasn't a strike when I was catching last inning. Counts 1-1. Battaglia leads off first. Devin King working in his second inning of relief from the stretch. Parker squares the bunt. Gets it down in front of home plate. Simonite will go and get the lead runner at second. So Battaglia gunned down on the fielder's choice. 2-6, and there's 1 away.
Alabama, number 16, Graham Hackbarth.
So Parker gets the bunt down, but the ball just died in front of the plate. Perfect for Simonite to pop out of his stance and get Battaglia the lead runner at first. So that brings up Graham Hackbarth with 1 out, and Jonathan Parker, his future Louisiana Tech teammate, leading off first. Hackbarth swinging at the first pitch, strike 1. King working from the stretch. Parker leads off first, the 1-strike pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Hackbarth, 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. Just 7 for 38 on the year. His average continues to creep lower under the Mendoza line. King looks over at Parker at first. Now fires in the 2-strike pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Count remains 0-2. Hackbarth's walked twice, been hit once. and has struck out 8 times. He's walked once tonight and faces an 0-2 count against Devin King. Parker leads off first. The pitch. Breaking ball taken. Strike 3. Graham Hackbarth down looking. And there's 2 away for the Pilots.
Now coming to the plate for your Pilots from Mexico
In the bottom of the
City,
7th.
Jorge Leon.
So that will bring up their left-handed hitting shortstop, Jorge Leon. Leon is 0 for 2 tonight with a walk and a run scored. Digging in with Jonathan Parker leading off first. On top of the plate, deep in the left-handed batter's box. King from the stretch. The first pitch takes a breaking ball, ball 1. If Leon can extend the inning, Mark McKenna would be next. No one warming in the Pilots' pen, so it will most likely be Fournier in the top of the 8th. Leon awaits the 1-0 from King. Here it is. Misses inside. Ball 2. You would imagine pitching coach Bennett Schultz's thinking here would be get Fournier through the 8th and then have Kyle Griffin pitch the 9th. Counts 2-0 to Leon. The pitch popped up. Simonite over, Tassin over. Simonite settles under it and makes the play for the final out of the inning. So Jorge Leon pops out. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We head to the 8th. Pilots lead 4-3.
Please remember to drink responsibly.
Tassin, Riley, Dominic Toso, 6-7-8 against Eddie Fournier here in the 8th. Fournier came on with an out in the 7th after Jake Bernardo gave up a 2-run double and got the final 2 outs of the 7th. This ball hit high into the air. Battaglia sprints in from
Get behind your Newark Pilots.
deep at first to make the first out of the inning.
Now up to the plate for Geneva, number 21, Tristan Riley. Tristan Riley.
So the batter is Tristan Riley against Fournier. 1 pitch out. Now the second pitch swung on and missed. Strike 1 to Riley. Tassin popped up to Battaglia at first in front of the pitcher's mound. 1 strike, 1 out. The pitch from Fournier. Foul tipped into the glove, strike 2. Pilots back-to-back doubleheaders on Wednesday and Thursday. So you want to use as few pitchers as possible tonight. The 2-strike pitch. Taken. Strike 3, or correct that. Ball 1. As Parker turns around and says, that was a strike when I was at the plate. The batter's Trustin Riley, the designated hitter, the 1-2. Off the plate. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Designated hitter for Geneva at the plate, the 2-2. Outside, and Riley has worked the count back full. He's walked, struck out, and drove in a runner on a fielder's choice. The payoff pitch from Fournier, inside, ball 4. So a bad time for Jim McLaughlin to squeeze his strike zone, as it appears as it's shrunk.
Now, coming to plate number 1, Dominic Toso.
As the 3-2 missed inside. So it's a walk to Riley to begin this inning. And the batter is Dominic Toso. The high school senior wearing number 1. He's 1 for 3 with a double tonight. First pitch, strike 1. Toso with a shin guard on his left leg and a half sleeve on his right arm. Sock showing, the 1-strike pitch. Thought about it, lays off, misses high, ball 1. Fournier has come in, has gotten 3 outs, walked a batter, and got the other 2. He got one single. So 1 hit, 1 walk in an inning. He throws over ahead of the 1-1 to Toso. Kyle Griffin is beginning to warm in the Pilots' pen. The starter turned reliever for the rest of the summer. Fournier from the 1-1. Throws over. Riley back in safely. Riley is a threat to steal. He's stolen 7 in 9 tries for Geneva. Fournier working from the stretch. It's a 1-1 count. There's 1 out. He throws over again. Riley back in safely again. The score is 4-3. Geneva has scored in consecutive innings to make this a 1-run game here at Colburn Park. We're in the top of the 8th. This game was delayed 30 minutes to start due to the field conditions here after on and off rain all day. The 1-1 runner goes. Parker bobbled it. Throw down to second. In time, Trustin Riley caught stealing. Parker bobbled the play, but the throw led Graham Hackbart's glove right to the tag of Riley. 2 away.
We're Pilot fans, let's get louder.
So the 3rd great play of the night for Jonathan Parker has unloaded the bases. The 2-1, Toso swinging, fouled back. Counts 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fournier a pitch away from getting out of this one. Toso, the right-handed hitter, against Fournier, the right-handed pitcher. Working from the stretch, the 2-2. Popped out of play. Count remains even. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting shortstop for Geneva. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Fournier would love to make him 1 for 4. The pitch. Breaking ball, fouled back. If not for the net, that was heading right towards our new camera here in the press box. Counts 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and Toso steps out. Head of the pitch from Fournier. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch in the dirt, and the count is full. So a full count to Dominic Toso, the shortstop, looking to reach base for a 2-out base runner for the Red Wings. They trail 4-3. The payoff pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3, inning over. No runs, no hits, no errors, and because of the caught stealing, no one left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Pilots looking for some insurance. They lead 4-3. It'll be 9-1-2 when we get back to Colburn Park. Pilots looking for some insurance here in the bottom of the 8th. Devin King still on the mound in his 3rd inning in relief of Slater O'Brien. He's allowed just 1 hit and 2 walks through the first 2. No base runners have scored. McKenna's been on base twice. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a stolen base. He takes high for ball 1. The number 9 hitter waits. The 1-0 pitch misses outside. Counts 2-0. Fournier goes 1-2-3 in the top of the 8th thanks to a caught stealing on a great strong throw by Jonathan Parker. Behind the plate, 2-0 pitch misses high, ball 3. It'll be McKenna, Wells, and John Ballier here in the bottom of the 8th. Pilots looking for some insurance. They lead by 1. 3-0 pitch taken by McKenna, strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike to the leadoff man in the inning, Mark McKenna. The pitch from the windup, deep to center field. Chamberlain back. No wind, so that ball just died out in center field. And McKenna flies out to his counterpart in center for the second time tonight. He's 2 for 4, and there's 1 away in the bottom of the 8th. And that will bring up their third baseman, their switch hitting third baseman, Hunter Wells. He's 1 for 2 tonight with an RBI sac fly and a fielder's choice when he scored a run. He wears number 2, Tyler Odekirk's old number. Digs in the left-handed batter's box. The first pitch outside. Ball 1. From the windup, King. This one almost hits Hunter Wells. Counts 2 balls and no strikes. So 2-0 to the Pilots' leadoff man, appearing in his first game of the summer. From Richmond, Texas, the 2-0. Lined into the glove of Barr at second. Takes it on a hop. Fires to first for the second out of the inning. First 2 men retired off King in the bottom of the 8th.
From Mission Viejo, California.
And now the hitter is John Ballier.
13, John Ballier.
Kyle Griffin continuing to warm in the Pilots' pen. So the 9th inning will likely be his. King working from the windup. Ballier, the hitter. The first pitch misses. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Bottom of the 8th inning. Pilots lead 4-3. It'll be 9, 1, and 2 for Geneva in the top of the 9th. It's a 1-0 to Balliet. Popped up. The first baseman and catcher will give it a look. It's out of play. And it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. The left-handed hitting left fielder. 0 for 2 tonight with 2 walks and a run scored. Balliet waits. King from the windup. The 1-1. Slow breaking ball outside corner. Missed. Counts 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. King from the windup. The 2-1 misses. Counts 3-1. To the left-handed hitting Balliet. Bottom of the 8th, 3-1, swinging. Fouled back. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. John Balliet looking to become a 2-out base runner for the Pilots. The count is full. There's 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 8th. The windup, the pitch. Breaking ball popped up. Tassin, the third baseman, will call for it, will settle under it, and make the play for the final out of the bottom of the 8th. Pilots go 1, 2, 3. In the top of the 9th, it'll be 9, 1, and 2 against Kyle Griffin out of the pen. We'll be right back. New pitcher in the top of the 9th inning for the Pilots. It will be their Louisiana Tech, Lake Charles, Louisiana native, the southpaw, Kyle Griffin. Griffin pitching to his future teammate at Louisiana Tech, Jonathan Parker, with other future teammates Hunter Wells and Graham Hackbarth on 3rd and 2nd. He'll face 9, 1, and 2, and he'll look to save this Pilots 4-3 lead. We're in the top of the 9th. Pilots looking to end their 6-game losing streak. First pitch taken for strike 1 from Matt Smith, who's 1 for 2 tonight at the 9-hole position. 1 strike pitch misses low. Parker going to hold it there. No dice. Counts 1-1. Griffin appearing in his 7th game, 3rd out of the pen. The 1-1 popped out of play. Counts 1 ball and 2 strikes. Griffin in 6 previous games, 22 2/3, 27 hits, 14 runs, 11 earns, 12 walks, 14 Ks. He's 2-2 with a 4.36 ERA. 1-2. Grounded right back to Griffin. The smooth fielding first baseman Pitcher goes to the backhand and underhand flips to Battaglia at first for the first out.
The Red Wings.
So that'll
Number
flip the
25,
lineup back
Matt
over.
Chamberlain.
It's the left-handed hitting center fielder, Matt Chamberlain. He's 0 for 3 tonight with a walk and a run scored. Geneva down to their final 2 outs here at Colburn Park. Griffin working from the stretch. From the left-handed arm, first pitch, strike 1 to Matt Chamberlain. Looking to save the game for Henry Martinez. Martinez looking to pick up his first win. The 1-strike pitch, swung on, fouled back. Counts 0-2. To the freshman from New Haven, appearing in his 21st game for Geneva. He's down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. There's 1 out in the top of the 9th. Pilots lead 4-3. Griffin working from the stretch, the 2-strike pitch. Grounded to second base. Hackbarth charges, gloves it, fires for the out. The Red Wings are down to their final out. The Pilots 1 out away from their 5th win.
2 outs. Up for Geneva Red Wings, number 11, Justin Barr.
So that will bring up the second baseman, Justin Barr. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout and a sacrifice bunt tonight. He is the last hope for the Geneva Red Wings. Working against Kyle Griffin for the Pilots. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed hitter. Parker goes to a Nate. The first pitch from Griffin. Grounded back. Griffin will field it. He'll turn. He'll fire to first. Game over. Pilots win here at Colburn Park 4-3. Griffin comes in here in the top of the 9th, gets 3 groundouts to save the win for Henry Martinez. Martinez's first win, Griffin's first save, Slater O'Brien's second loss. Pilots started the scoring off here in the bottom of the 3rd with 3 runs. 2 off the bat of Over Torres on a 2-run double. Then an infield single from Battaglia made it 3-0. A sacrifice fly from Hunter Wells in the bottom of the 4th supplied the Pilots with their 4th run, and that's as much as they would need. As in the top of the 6th, Geneva got 1 back on a fielder's choice from Trustin Riley, and then off of Jake Bernardo in the top of the 7th, a 1 out, 2 RBI double deep off the right center field wall, just missed from being a game-tying 3-run home run. Instead, it was a 2-run double. Bernardo was pulled with 1 out in the 7th. Fournier came in, got the final 2 outs in the 7th, all 3 outs in the 8th. Then Griffin comes in and shuts the door in the 9th. Pilots move to 5-15. Geneva falls to 16-7. 4 more games coming for the Pilots in the next 2 days. Mohawk Valley doubleheader at home tomorrow. Both games will be 7 innings. Then Jamestown comes to town on Thursday for another doubleheader. Both of those games will be 7 innings. Signing off from Colburn Park after a 4-3 Newark Pilots win, I'm Frank LaSala. Have a good night.